Good morning, YouTube. Today, we got some exciting news. My package from Pyramid Plastics showed up, and we are going to be installing some very cool parts on this thing today. For those of you who haven't heard of Pyramid Plastics, they're a company based out of the UK, and what they do is design, 3D print, and paint match parts for all sorts of bikes. Cool thing about them is if you follow them on YouTube, they will show off their new designs as they're producing them, kind of give you an idea what it's going to be like, and then once it's actually on the market, you can order them in the color that you want. What I did was I got in touch with them. They're super responsive, really cool people, and asked them what color I need to order because on their site they only offer tech black, and in the US the all black Yamahas are technically referred to as Raven. And I wanted to make sure that that color was going to be the same, because if you look closely on this paint, it's actually got a sparkle to it. So when I ordered a part, I wanted to make sure it had that. It wasn't just a flat black. And what they told me is that Tech Black is the same color as Raven. For some reason in the US, they just call it Raven. And we're back. Just finished unboxing all the parts. So here we have the Fender Extender and its install kit. We have the frontal wing, its bracket, and some hardware. And then the big awesome part I've been looking forward to so much is the belly pan and its install hardware. Let's take a closer look at this thing. So it's actually got some decals that will match the MT-10 logo on the side of the bike. You can actually see there is that metallic flake in the paint. It's not just a matte black, so it is matching the bike, even though the naming was different. Now this frontal wing is pretty cool. They just came out with this. I think this part existed for the pre-2022 MT-10s, and Pyramid made one that'll fit the 2022 Plus, and it just kind of fills in this gap underneath the eyeballs, and it gives it a little less of a gaping hole. I still need to figure out something to do with this horn. I know that previous generations of the MT-10, you could relocate that to the intake, but these intakes are actually functional now, so there's a bunch of piping in there, and it's not as easy as it was before. So I'm looking for methods to hide this, because it just kind of hangs there and doesn't look too good. But for now, that's what this is going to look like once I get the bracket installed. And finally, this piece is just really nice just to have, because I'm tired of having to clean the undertail of my bike. So basically what this does is I need to clean underneath here, and you add these stickies, and what you can either do is just rely on the stickies to hold that there, extending your rear fender so it'll kind of protect your license plate and your turn signals. But what I'm going to do is the second option, where you use a little bit of sticky and you also drill, I think, 4 holes into this, and you use little push pin rivets to secure this to the bike even better, because with my luck, this will go flying off on the highway the second time I ride it. So I'm going to show a quick install of that. Some people are a little hesitant to drill holes, but this is just a piece of plastic and it can be replaced with something cooler if you mess it up. So I'm not too worried about it. All right, I think what I'm gonna do is the frontal wing first, because it's hot in this garage in Texas. It is actually 95 degrees Fahrenheit at 8:30 in the morning, and that's in the shade of my garage. So what we're gonna do is the easy stuff first, and then depending on how hot it is, I might switch over to the hard stuff later. And hard, I mean, it's just a bigger part, so it's not exactly difficult. But these are the instructions for installing this. It's pretty straightforward, so I'm not gonna really show the install. I'm just gonna kind of install it, show you the after, and then we'll go over it. All right, I'm actually going to come back and show you this because it was extremely simple, and I just wanted to highlight the fact that it was 5 seconds of installation. So basically all I did was cut a piece of foam, 5 pieces. They actually only said 4, but I went ahead to use the last piece. The only other thing you have to do is these 3 bolts. So I threw a little bit of blue thread locker on there and just attached the 3 bolts. And according to the instructions, all you have to do now is go find, there's a bolt behind each headlight, and it looks like you just need to loosen them, slot this in, tighten them back down, and this thing's installed. So we'll take a peek if we can find those bolts. So I'm assuming, I'll have to line it up, but I'm assuming it's that bolt, because that's the lowest of the 2. So what I'm going to do is go get a tool, loosen that on each side, and slide this thing in and tighten it down, and we'll see what it looks like when I'm done. And voila, she is installed. Not a huge difference, but it does look good. Covers up some of that gap that was below there. on to the next part. All right, so I've removed my OEM tire hugger, 2 bolts and a clip, and started putting these adhesives onto the Pyramid Extender. You have 2 options for installing. You can either use only these stick-on pads, or you can do like a gasket of stick-on pads as they instructed on this side, and drill 4 holes and use the provided little rivets that they give you. I'm gonna go with that because I don't trust stickies to hold on to it, but apparently these are very high quality. As long as you give it a 12-hour cure time, you can just do the stickies and that'll be enough for most people. I don't mind putting a couple tiny holes. It's a 4mm drill bit, so I'm gonna go ahead and get this attached. I'm gonna take all these papers off, attach it via sticky to get it nice and lined up. Then I'm gonna put some painter's tape or something on here to mark out 4 evenly spaced holes, drill them, install these rivets, and then put this back on the bike. I'll see you guys when I'm done. All right, here's the reveal of the install of the Fender Extender. It's literally just 2 bolts there and back there, and then just unhooking this. Took it off, wiped it down without rubbing alcohol, attached the stickies they gave me, and then did the rivets. And this, apparently with the rivet method, you're good to ride immediately. If you were to just use the stickies, they say to clamp it down and wait about 12 hours. But came out good. Matches with the black of the bike well. I like it. All right, my final piece, the best piece of all, the belly pan. This is the instructions, so it must be pretty simple if there's just literally 2 figures. Looks like there's 1, 2, 3 brackets that came with the kit, and according to this, they reuse some of the OEM bolts. So basically, I'm going to take this over the bike, figure out where these brackets go, and then install. There's a piece of heat shield tape. I'm going to install that on whichever side. Looks like this right side. This was designed with the OEM catalytic converter in mind, but mine's gone, so we'll see how that looks with the catalytic converter gone. It was definitely designed with it supposing to be there, but I think it'll look good either way. So I'm gonna go reference this sheet, figure out where these fittings go, and I'll come back once I figure that out. Okay, we're back. It took me a second to match up these images, but basically what you want to do is there's 2 bolts going into your oil pan here and here. You want to take those out, install this bracket, put those back in, torque them nice. Don't over torque them, it's going into aluminum. On the other side, let me back up and show you that. So from that side you can see it. And then on this side it's the same program. There's another 2 bolts you want to take out of the belly pan for this bracket. And then this one was actually missing. I think it was part of when I removed the OEM exhaust, but luckily I kept all of my bolts. So that one's in there. I'm not exactly sure of the orientation yet, so I'm gonna leave that a little loose until I get the actual belly pan lined up, and then I'll tighten that down. And all right, we are done. So what I ended up doing was test fitting. I put all 4 of the bolts loosely, made sure that everything lined up, and then I went back, removed each one, put some thread locker, and bolted them all in. So that's what it looks like up close. Fits perfectly. I think it looks awesome. Really makes the bottom end of the bike look complete. The only other thing, well, there's a few other things, but there's a part Pyramid makes, and it's called the side fill infill panel. It goes here, and it's paint matched as well, and instead of there being this tiny little piece, they make one that covers this whole section, kind of like the previous generation, and it looks so much better. I think I'm gonna go ahead and order that part and do an install on that next time they've got it in stock in my color. But for now, I think this came out amazing. That front wing is just subtle, but it looks awesome. Belly pan, everything just looks great. And even though this is mainly a functional install, I think it looks pretty cool too. But what I think I'm gonna do now is go cool off, stop sweating for a bit, put on my gear and go for a quick ride and get out in the sun. and I'll show you all a good shot of what everything looks like in some better lighting. So see you in a minute. Everybody, hope you enjoyed, hope you like the parts. Leave a comment below if you think they look good. I'll see you in the next video.